Hello, I'm Sean Higgins, the editor for SPAR3D.com and the SPAR3D newsletter. I'm here at ILMF 2017 with Ron Roth, who is the product manager for airborne topographical LiDAR at Leica Geosystems. And we're here to talk about a pretty big announcement related to single photon LiDAR, right?
Correct. This morning we released to the press the SPL100 and the Real Terrain productivity package. Real Terrain is designed as a total solution to the problem of acquiring data over large terrain, large areas, and also areas that have highly irregular terrain. So the SPL takes two major components, single photon LiDAR and our HexMap workflow, and combines them in the Real Terrain solution.
So this SPL sensor, is this an entirely new sensor, or is this something that's been repackaged since the acquisition of Sigma Space?
Well, our ability to access this technology came to us last year with the acquisition of Sigma Space. The technology itself was developed for surface to satellite range finding applications that are used for tracking various satellites as they orbit around the Earth. What we've done is to essentially take that technology and move it into a commercial airborne LiDAR system. And instead of just having a single beam looking up at a satellite or a single beam looking down at the Earth below, what we do is have the beam split into 100 beamlets, and essentially it's like having 100 linear mode LiDAR systems all operating at the same time.
So is this the sort of sensor that a customer would purchase for themselves, or is there some other sort of business model by which they would get access to the sensor?
Well, there are really two ways that a customer could potentially access the systems. That said, these are very expensive systems to build, and therefore we envision most of the use of these, particularly in the NAFTA market, will be through a partnership program with our Content and Engineering Services division. So partners will be able to access the sensor and fly it, and we can assist with the planning and or the production of the data from it.
So the sensor is designed to capture a huge amount of data over a large area. Did you develop a processing solution specifically for the sensor? Is this what the HexMap is, or has it been repackaged with it as a part of the terrain?
It's really a little bit of both. HexMap existed already, and HexMap was a processing software suite in a modular design that was used to support several of our imaging sensors. So our DMC3 large format frame cameras, our ADS100 large format line scan imaging systems, and our 80 megapixel RCD30 medium format frame cameras. So all of those are processed today using the HexMap workflow. What we did were to add the necessary modules to be able to handle and develop point clouds from instruments such as the SPL100.
So a single photon LiDAR captures, as we were saying, a huge amount of data. Is this something that a person or an organization could process on local machines, or is there a different sort of workflow that they have to use in order to process it?
HexMap actually supports both. HexMap can be operated on a single workstation in its smallest form, but is also designed to be able to handle clustering with many other machines to speed up processing. And it is very much a linear kind of relationship. If you put 10 times as many machines on the processing job, the processing time will be reduced by a factor of 10.
So is this solution, the Real Terrain solution, is this available now?
It is available now. We're currently flying these on some pilot projects, and we are marketing these both through our partnership programs in North America, as well as in selected international markets where content programs would not be as well received, and where, say, a country or a state may want to own their own system. But it's not for the typical smaller user. It demands having a large area to acquire because it is a relatively expensive sensor.
Well, Ron, thank you so much for talking with me. I really appreciate your taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.